Good evening, everybody. Thank you. That was a nice Diamond salute. On behalf of the administration at Diamond and the Greater Fall River Vocational School District, I would like to welcome friends, guests, and most importantly, our graduates tonight to our absolutely wonderful event. So, I'm going to turn it over to the director of our program, Mrs. Donna Theodore. But before we do that, we'd like to start with a salute to our flag. Congratulations to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Superintendent Aubin. So, before you sit down, I'm going to invite one of our former graduates, Ms. Connie Medeiros, to come and sing the national anthem for us. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you to please be sure to silence all cell phones and electronic devices. Thank you. So I'm going to address the graduates tonight with a couple of words of wisdom, maybe. So I'm happy to be here with all of you tonight as we acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishment of these hardworking men and women as they take their first step into the world of professional nursing. A profession that for the last 15 years and more of Gallup polls has been ranked first in honesty and ethics. So now, class, it is incumbent upon you as you graduate and enter the profession as licensed practical nurses to maintain this trust bestowed upon us. Nursing is a profession with significant responsibility. In the words of a Vietnam veteran, Richard Pimentel, responsibility really consists of two words, the word response and the word ability. As we find ourselves in situations, and we all find ourselves with abilities, what we have to ask is, given my abilities, what then will be my response? As you provide care for another human being, always know your abilities and be prepared to go above and beyond for your patient in response to those abilities. I know, and I'm sure your family and friends will agree, that you have gone through an intense academic and professional journey, one that can only be successfully completed through very hard work, diligence, and determination. Throughout this program, you all have demonstrated your commitment to achieving your goals, and despite challenges along the way, you have persevered, exhibiting the flexibility and adaptability required to succeed in nursing. To acknowledge this dedication to the profession, tonight's ceremonial pinning, which is a time-honored tradition started by the founder of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale, this will signify the completion of your initial professional education. So on behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff, with a special shout out to the one person whom none of this could have happened without her guidance, determination, and hard work. Thank you, Mrs. Rose Blanchett. We are all proud to have been participants in the beginning of your journey into the life of professional nursing. So congratulations to the class of 2018. So now, I am proud again to introduce our guest speaker, a 2017 graduate, and our singer, Ms. Connie Medeiros.
Hi everyone. Alright, so I'm sure you never thought that this day would come. You prayed for this quick delivery, checking your countdown app every single day to make sure that the time was going, crossing off all the dates on the calendar, making sure you get all those clocked hours to finish this program. Now it's here, all your work has finally paid off. As you look back on the past year, remember why you decided to start this journey into nursing. Also, ask yourself why you decided to stay. I'm sure there were many times where you wanted to quit. Whatever the reason is, ever-changing that it might be, hold on to that dearly. For it was what motivated you through the program, and it's what will motivate you through this profession. Now that this day has come, let me share some of my wisdom about being a nurse for, 1 year. Being a nurse means that you'll never be bored. If you're bored, then probably in the next 10 minutes, somebody's gonna run out the room naked and pee all over the floor. Like, if you're bored, there's a problem. So always remember that nursing is not boring. You will be frustrated. Patients come in all shapes, sizes, personalities, and they will disagree with you. They won't take their meds, they'll do whatever they want to do, no matter how much you try. Just try and embrace that frustration, because it's in that frustration where you start to make authentic decisions that will help make your patients' lives better. Being a nurse means you put others first always. You will probably never have a bathroom break. You'll go through your whole shift and you'll be like, oh my goodness, like I haven't gone to the bathroom all day. You'll put yourself on cranberry capsules and hope for the best. But it's because we as nurses, we put our patients first. Just always remember that. It's not about you, your comfort, or your nursing license. It's about the sick patient that lies before you that needs your help above all else. Being a nurse means that you will have difficult, heart-wrenching days, and you will want to quit. In your first week, I'm pretty sure I wanted to quit every single day. True story. But be brave enough to face those heart-wrenching days, and be brave enough to show that your sadness, because when you're sad, it really means that you care. It shows that you want your patient's best interest at heart. Being a nurse means that you must be vulnerable. You do not know everything. I know you're going to graduate and you're going to see nurses do crazy things, and you're going to say, well, that's not how we do it, and everything like that. Even though most seasoned nurses don't know everything, we don't have all the answers, and all you have to do to combat that is just be someone who asks. Be someone who's never afraid to ask a question or push the limit. You know, advocate for your patients and advocate for the better for them. It's okay to be confused in those times. Sometimes the right question is what makes the difference between life and death in your patient. For it's in that confusion and vulnerability that you could begin to learn. Lastly, the most integral advice that I can give you in my whole year of nursing is be a nurse who pays attention. Be that nurse who does not accept that an abnormal value is a baseline. Be a nurse who just goes above and beyond and who questions things and who pays attention to their patients. Research, learn, grow, and advocate for your patients. Be a nurse who simply just cares. Congrats, guys.
Thank you again, Connie. I would like to welcome to the stage our class officers at this time. President Ashley Oliveira, Secretary Kyle Cabral, and Treasurer Molly Sylvia.
And welcome to Diman's LPN class of 2018 pinning ceremony. Let me first start off by saying thank you everyone for being here and joining us today on this magical occasion. The class of 2018 would like to thank everyone in this auditorium for supporting their dreams and becoming a nurse and giving us the push we needed in fueling our drive to complete this program and making this night a reality. We would also like to thank our instructors who have given us so much of themselves. They unselfishly share their wisdom, their mistakes, their best memories, and finally their knowledge with us. They saw the competent and caring nurses within us when we couldn't see that in ourselves. They nurtured our strength and showed us how to improve our weaknesses. They didn't make it easy and sometimes felt as if we were being pushed beyond our limits, but we were. They laughed with us, cried with us, and showed us compassion and understanding when we needed it. And with that, we cannot thank them enough for all they have done for us. To my dear classmates, at last we have graduated. Our hard work has paid off. It seems unimaginable that just 10 months ago, this journey began, and these people sitting in front of me were complete strangers. But during these past 10 months, these strangers people are laughed with during clinical, we're anxious with before our first med pass, and pulled all-nighters with studying and absorbing as much information as possible before an exam. These strangers are now who I consider friends, and some even family. To my classmates, I just want to say, despite the differences we all have together, we've gotten through this year, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you for the memories you have created with me, in which I will cherish for a lifetime, and thank you for letting me be your class president. If there is one thing I can say that sticks out to me in what I've learned in nursing school, it wouldn't be how to properly assess a patient or what to do in an emergency situation. It would be how much the meaning of the word compassion holds such great value in a nurse. We as nurses make an impact every single day in lives of the people in our community. We need to realize that we are the voice of the voiceless and the advocates of those who cannot advocate for themselves. We are the helping hands of the people we serve, and we should realize that even helping one person, we are making a difference. We are making the world a better place, one patient at a time. And every student graduating here today is capable of doing that and more. Lastly, I'd just like to read a poem I have recently came across and want to dedicate it to the class, that I feel would help them during tough times in this intense yet rewarding field of nursing. It is called Hearts of Gold by Sherry York. There are times in our lives when we sit down and wonder where our lives will lead us. Sometimes we get so caught up in our jobs that we forget what we truly represent. We get frustrated, aggravated, pushed to the limits, and so mentally tired that we feel, what is the use of being a nurse? But then someone gives you a weak smile and holds our hand and says, "Thank you, you are so special." Then we feel the warmth growing in our hearts, all the bad feelings disappear, and they are replaced with the core values that we presented. Human dignity, compassion, dedication, integrity, stewardship, leadership, and excellence. So when the bad feelings begin to show, take the time to say this prayer. God, help me bring comfort where the pain is, courage where there is despair, acceptance when the end is near, a touch that is gentle with tenderness, patience and love, and always remember all nurses are truly blessed with hearts of gold.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm sure my classmates will agree with me when I say that none of us would have made it here tonight without each and every one of you. For the benefit of my fellow students, I'll begin by admitting that I'm currently experiencing tachycardia, tachypnea, and a little diaphoresis. For everyone else in the audience, that translates as rapid heartbeat, rapid respirations, and profuse sweating, so bear with me. Class, we've come to the end of our long shift here at Diman, and if there's anything a good nurse knows, it's the value of charting and documenting. So let's document the last 10 months of our lives. Don't worry, I'll keep this speech short, unlike our lectures. I feel as though student speakers are supposed to impact some deep, lasting wisdom, or have a moving story, or be really funny. I can't promise any of that. At the ripe age of 23, I haven't held a title that most people would label a career. However, like all of the graduates here today, I have survived Diman. Despite my lack of career knowledge, I am here to reflect on some of the lessons that I have learned throughout my time here. If given the choice, the answer is always airway, breathing, circulation, always assess first, green leafy vegetables, massage the fundus, use therapeutic communication, and ask, "Can you tell me more about that?" And if you're calling the doctor, you better have all of your assessment data ready. Needless to say, on the first day of class, we had no idea what our new journey would be stepping into. Together, we survived Mrs. Young's first FO1 exam, where every question had 4 correct answer choices, but somehow we still chose the wrong one. We made it to the notorious med-surg semester, where we'd finally learn about all the abnormals. We lost sleep, friends, and some sanity, yet we survived it all. We learned in PD that despite what people say, children are not just tiny adults, and together we witnessed the miracle of life. Some of us now say that we are never having children. Thanks, Mrs. Potato. As we look back at all the steps we've taken, the memories from the past 10 months will always stay with us. We will remember a few things from the year, and I hope at least one of these brings a smile to your face. Maybe it was Aubrey, future DON, sitting by herself in the corner of the room, never missing a class if she could help it. This girl had a baby in December and was emailing Mrs. Theodore the next day asking what she missed. Or maybe it was Jessica Costa. I bet all of you are thinking, what could she possibly have a question about me? Or maybe it's Kelsey Langley, breaking down into tears with a resident at clinical and being asked, "Kelsey, why are you crying?" And her reply was, "Because I love them." Although being surrounded by classmates and now lifelong friends who helped us pull each other on to the next step when we were ready to throw ourselves off, the real masterminds behind our success were truly our faculty. The faculty that challenged us, prayed for us, worried about us, stressed over our grades probably more than we did, and taught us values that go beyond care plans and NCLEX strategies. You are the nurses that we aspire to be. Thank you for holding us to the highest standards of excellence to assure that we each reach our full potential. And now let's not forget about Mrs. Blanchett, the queen bee, the voice behind the curtain here at Diman. Without her, there would be no us. Not only can this woman find a solution to almost all of our problems, but she has the patience of a saint. More importantly, she's Star's mom, the class's very own therapy dog. Though it is unfortunate that Star is petrified by every single student, but it's still nice having that pup around. Thank you, Mrs. Blanchett, for all you do. We are all taking our final step into the professional realm of nursing for different reasons. I ask all of you to shift your perspectives and consider this. As much as we want to be nurses for whatever reason, the profession needs us in return. Nursing needs new eyes, caring souls, different perspectives, and critically thinking minds. I'm confident that in this room contains many nurses that will push boundaries, establish innovative practices, and invigorate the ever-changing profession. So here's to our great class. Here's to our remarkable faculty. Here's to our tolerant loved ones who understood all the nursing lingo in this speech because it's all you've heard about for the last 10 months. Here's to the Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts for pumping more caffeine than blood through our veins in order to keep us going. We took our first step together as strangers on that very first day of nursing school, not knowing what lay ahead of us. We have gained knowledge, lifelong friends, and some incredible memories. And together, no longer strangers, but now as a dysfunctional family, let's take a step forward into our future, into the unlimited potential that we are now capable of and have been prepared for as Diman graduates. It's a privilege to complete nursing school and this chapter of my life with this group of people. We have always been told, if you didn't document it, you didn't do it. And now we've documented, so guess what that means? We did. Congratulations.
Now at this time, the Diman LPN class of 2018 would like to make a special donation. During the course of the year, the class has worked really hard on fundraising to help support this graduation. Their fundraising proceeds provided their nursing outfits that they're wearing tonight, flowers, candles, and even photos for them to reminisce on this occasion. With the remaining fundraising money, we as a class would like to donate to a special person who is currently involved in a charity that is truly dear to her heart. Dawn Destin will be walking tomorrow at the Relay for Life Cancer Benefit Walk tomorrow in New Bedford. Dawn walks in honor of both her parents who could not be here tonight but are surely here with her in spirit. It is my greatest pleasure to ask Dawn to come up to the stage and receive this donation from the class for Relay for Life in honor of her parents and everyone else who has been affected with this disease.
Thank you all. Now, I would like to hand out some special achievement awards. So, at this time, we would like to recognize those students who achieved the top 5 grade averages in the program. As your name is called, please come up to receive your award. So, the student with the 5th highest average in the class is Kim Dias. Great job, Kim. The student with the 4th highest average in the class is Kyle Cabral. the person with the third highest average in the class, Jessica Costa. Great job, Jessica. The person with the second highest average in the class, Amber Gordon. And now, the student with the highest average throughout the program is, guess who? Karen Menard! Great job, all of you. So this year, we have a new recognition, perfect attendance. As our students know, this is a very fast-paced and intense program, and faculty are always stressing to the students the need to be present every day to make the most of their education. This year, for the first time, we have a student who heard that message and was in class and at clinical every day and on time for the entire 10 months. So will Molly Sylvia please come up to receive the inaugural Perfect Attendance Award? Congratulations, Molly. And Mrs. Blanchett was responsible for keeping track of that, as always. Congratulations to all of you on your achievements. At this time, I would like to introduce two of our full-time faculty who, in addition to their classroom and clinical duties, volunteered to become advisors for the Post-Secondary Skills USA competition, providing guidance, study materials, practice sessions before, during, after school, and supporting our students who entered into the competition. So thank you, Ms. Laura Guillen and Mrs. Lisa Young.
Good evening. Skills USA is a vocational competition where high school and post-secondary students demonstrate knowledge and work skills at the district, state, and national level. Both myself and Ms. Skian had the pleasure of advising 5 of our practical nursing students in the competition. All 5 students qualified at the district competition and advanced to the state competition in April. One of the competitions the students competed in was called Health Knowledge Bowl, in which they placed first and received the gold medal. The other 2 students competed in practical nursing skill competition, where they placed first and second and received the silver and gold medal. We will be leaving on Monday morning to Louisville, Kentucky to compete again at the national level. We would like to recognize these 5 students for their participation and desire to challenge themselves despite their workload and responsibilities in the nursing program. Let me introduce our students, and please join us on stage. Our Health Knowledge Bowl gold medalists, Jessica Costa, Kim Dias, and Molly Sylvia. And our practical nursing skills students, our silver medalist, Ashley Oliveira, and our gold medalist, Christina McGowan.
So now on to the good stuff. We will commence with the presentation of school pins and the diplomas. Students will be being pinned by someone special they have chosen. I ask that you please hold your applause until all the students have received their pins and diplomas. So with row 1, come on up.
We ask that only one family member per student come up to take a picture of the pinning if you'd like, but only one family member. We don't want it to get too crowded and everybody else won't be able to see. Okay? All right? Let's go. Okay, so Ashley R. Oliveira. Molly Sylvia. Kyle Cabral. Tracy Amaral. Kiana M. Arias. Lindsay Bucher. Kelsey M. Cavallo. Aubrey Comstock. Drew Allen Carrero. Jessica Lee Costa. Marva Davis. Dawn D. Destin. Ferguson. Casey Ferreira. Jessica L. Luchaki. Amber Dawn Gordon. Brooke A. Harris. Nicole Hayward. Isabel Jean Gilles. Crystal Jones. Kelsey Nicole Langless.
April Rose Lloyd-Eakin. Christina McGowan Hermans. Karen Lynn Menard. Ryan Nestor.
Yeah, we don't know.
Gina Marie Nicoletti. Heather Olivier. Justin Paiva. second for perfect attendance.
Nicole Vickery.
So congratulations to our graduates of 2019. Job well done. And now, I think it's our graduates' turn to stand up and thank all of those of their family and friends who supported them. Give them all a big hand. And now while you're all standing, I would ask the graduates to recite the Practical Nurses Pledge, which can be found at the back of your programs. Lights on. We ready? Before God and those assembled here, I do solemnly pledge to adhere to the code of ethics of the nursing profession, to cooperate with the other members of the nursing team, to carry out faithfully and to the best of my ability the instructions of the physicians or the nurse who may be assigned to supervise my work. I will not do anything evil or malicious and will not knowingly give any harmful drug or assist in any malpractice. I will not reveal any confidential information that may come to my knowledge in the course of my work. And I pledge myself to do all in my power to raise the standards and the prestige of practical nursing. May my life be devoted to service and to the high ideals of the nursing profession. We would also like to say thank you to everyone who assisted with graduation preparations. Special thanks to the class officers for your hard work, fundraising efforts, and planning efforts to the graduation ceremony. As well as a special thanks to Hannah Souza for the program design, graphic communications class of 2018, and to Robert Pace, Lamp of Knowledge, drafting class of 2019. To Officer Riley and the Fall River Police Department for assisting us. Special thanks to our signers, Linda Gilbert and Sue Brown. To our photographer, Joe Souza. Videographer, Nate Burns, and to our IT, music, sound, lights guy, in the back behind the curtain, Rick Canoyer. Now, as we come to an end of this momentous occasion, we have a slideshow presentation created by one of your classmates, Kelsey Cavarlo. We would like to share this with you before you all leave. At the end of the slideshow, please allow the students to exit the auditorium first. Thank you. job, Kelsey. So now, we would like our graduates to rise. Our Skills USA students, could you come and get your baskets? Don't fall going down the